Hello Aries, welcome to your January 2026 reading. How are you, my friends? How are you all going? How are you navigating these energies? Right, so before we get started, just with this month, I was called with these let go cards when I shuffle before I sit to do your reading. I just tune into your energies, and I was called to look at what the image, because the images on these cards are really beautiful, and I was just drawn to just get some information from them. And for you Aries, this one here is, can you pause in January? She's just sitting in her garden, she's taking in the beauty, she's really noticing the flowers, she's noticing life is the message that I'm getting. Take time in January to just pause, breathe it all in, take it all in. You know, I love, she's got a pretty dress on, she's got flowers in her hair. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. It's just, you know, she's made herself happy. She's dressed in a way that makes her feel pretty, that makes her feel comfortable. And she's taken some care in her appearance. Do what makes you happy, Aries, in the month of January. And you know what I mean by that. Little things that light you up. You know, she's out in her garden, go out into nature, have a bubble bath. You know, do those little things that really bring you to a space of calm and to a space of filling yourself up, making yourself happy, nurturing you. I'm just going to pop that aside because I'm going to use these cards as just the final message for the reading. So thank you, Spirit, for being here. I want that one too. Thank you, Aries, for being here. Let's see what's January got in store for you, my beautiful Aries friends. Spirit saying there's a few more cards to come, so we just keep. They want that one. And there's a bit more. That one. And am I taking all of them? All of them. Oh, Aries. Look at this. The bucket. Spirit says it's okay. Of course it's okay. I actually like doing these readings like this because I find it's more intuitive. Normally if a big pack of cards fell out, I wouldn't take them, you know, previously when I was doing my readings, but now it's like, oh well, that's the messages that need to come through for you. So this is the only card that fell upright. I'm going to straight away, I'm not even going to pretend that I don't need all the space for your cards. So we're going to take them as they kind of fell. And the Spirit wants to take it this way. Am I flipping? Yep, flipping. Oh wow. Do you know the energies, I need to say, Aries, the energies are very similar from sign to sign. I think the energies in January are just the energies of January. They will play out slightly differently for each sign. There might be different things to focus on, but January energy is January energy, and that's what we're navigating. Because the reason why I'm saying that is, now I shuffle in between readings and then I shuffle in front of you. They had the Page of Swords, so this is Pisces, had the Page of Swords, they had the Nine of Swords, they had the Tower, the Moon exactly together. They had the Seven of Wands, the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups, but they had these around the other way. How are we taking these around this way too? Oh my gosh, Spirit, there's so many cards. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's get this all up here. don't worry about these. I'll just put them aside. I'll call on them if I need to. How many of these have we got? 4. Oh my goodness, Aries. You've still got a okay. Spirit's just saying to me, you're not going to get them all neatly organized like you want, so just kind of just deal with it. Just accept. I'll look at you, the very end of your reading. How magnificent. We're going to start with that one. Are we flipping these? Yep. Okay, and then that's going to go off the page, so we can't see those, but that's fine. We're going to come back to them. Aries, let's see if I can just lift my camera a little bit. Create a little bit more. That's going to be better, isn't it, Spirit? They're just laughing at me. They know me very well. Okay, I just need to. And if you're looking at all these cards, Aries, and going, oh my God, what is going to happen to us? Spirit says there's a lot of cards. But the meaning, not that the meaning is quite simple, but the meaning is what it needs to be. That's better. Thank you, Spirit, so much for letting me organize them. Okay, Aries, thank you for your patience, my friends. Okay, so straight up, I'm feeling a sense of overwhelm. I'm looking at all these cards, I'm thinking, and for me, I don't need to figure it out. I don't need to know where we're starting. Spirit tells me all that. But I feel, Aries, that you will feel a sense of overwhelm. And I get this feeling, Aries, that it's because you have this certain amount of clarity and you can see things clearly or more clearly, but you can't see them to fruition. So it does create a little bit of anxiety. Okay, let's go through your cards. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Hierophant, Queen of Wands, the Magician, 3 of Cups, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, the Tower, the Moon, the 7 of Wands, the King of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, Judgment, Queen of Pentacles. We have the Hermit, the High Priestess, the 3 of Wands, the 2 of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Emperor. Okay, so how many cards have we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21 cards, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 major arcana. Interesting, quite powerful major arcanas too. Okay, and then we have number 2, balance your commitments, promote equilibrium in all things. Yes, I think that's going to be super important because you've got, you don't have justice, but you've got judgment. We've got 20, another numerology 2. It's create family balance. All ties that bind also free. That's going to be an interesting card. We have 31, inhale the scent of life. The celestial bouquet awaits. And that's what we were talking about with this card. almost take the time to smell the roses. Take the time for you to do those things that make you feel beautiful, that make you feel calm, that make you feel like you're taking care of yourself. And then we have 11. And that also we can reduce it to a 2 if we wanted to, or if not, it's the numerology, one of the master numbers. Express your hidden feelings, celebrate your light. Yeah, Aries, that's why January. Thank you, Spirit, for ending with that card. We're actually going to start with it. Thank you, Spirit. See, this is why, looked at all the cards and I felt this sense of overwhelm, and I said to Spirit, oh, Spirit, is that my overwhelm? Because I know that I shouldn't be overwhelmed when I read cards. And Spirit said, no, it's how Aries is going to feel. You're going to look at your life, I think, in a more general sense. And you're going to feel a little bit overwhelmed. Maybe there's a lot in your life that has changed or still changing, or there's a lot in your life that is calling your attention and maybe pulling you in different directions still a little bit. But there's a sense here of there's going to be also an overwhelming feeling in your life to be you, to shine your light, to really express yourself how you've always wanted to. And was drawn to mention the way she was dressed and her flowers in her hair, and that can be, dressing the way we want to dress, looking the way we want to look, talking the way we want to talk, expressing our depth, our authentic self, living in a way that reflects who we have become, reflects who you have become, Aries. There's a sense here, I'm seeing all the chakras here with the different colors, and that's, they're more coming into balance, coming into a knowing of who you are, and you want to express that. You want to celebrate that with this 3 of Cups. You don't have all the information yet, Aries. You've got the Tower and the Moon, but it's coming. It's coming. And there's a sense that if you feel really muddled, if you feel, because there's a lot of cards here that are exactly the same as the Pisces reading, and let me tell you how many. They had the Page of Swords. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They had the Hermit, 8. 8 cards. 8 cards that are the same. So if you're feeling like you're trying to hold on to things that you no longer need, or that no longer resonate you, old dreams, old bucket lists, go and have a listen to Pisces readings as well. If you've got Pisces in your chart, go have a look at that. The messages, I think, will be reinforced. They'll probably work in well together. Okay, so this is your overall energy. And how do you get to this energy, Aries? Express your hidden feelings, celebrate your light. Put yourself out there, that authentic you that has begun to emerge and is still emerging. You're showing up in January as the Page of Swords. At the very start of something. You've got an idea. You've got a concept. You've had a download. And you're not quite sure yet what to do with it. How am I going to bring it to fruition? How do I bring it to the world? This spark in you that takes you from a page to the Emperor. Emperor is all the 4 kings rolled into one. The Emperor knows himself. He knows about the world. He knows about people. There's a lot of wisdom in this Emperor that I'm seeing in your reading, Aries. A lot of wisdom. And there's a sense that as you are beginning to understand, to calibrate to who you are, to who you've become. You know, this ties in with your family and your commitments. And there's a sense of, there's balance in both. So this new you that's emerging will impact your commitments. It will impact your community. It will impact your family. It will impact your world. And it does when we become aligned. And how are you going to navigate this Page of Swords? Because this Page of Swords, the sword of clarity, the sword of truth, the sword of insight, it wants to express. You want to express who you are. You want to shine your light. And the best way that you can do that is by being you. You know, like I mentioned in my, things are changing video. I went and got my hair cut and I feel more like me. I have always loved red lipsticks, and I put them away because I thought, oh, it's too much. I'm probably too old now to carry it off. And, I had all these, feelings and ideas in my head that made me dim who I was. And I've pulled them out again and I'm wearing them. Sometimes I even wear them around the house when I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything, but they make me happy. Because they remind me of my light. They remind me of who I'm becoming. And it's me inhaling the essence of life. And that's what you're being asked to do. She's put on her pretty free-flowing dress. It's comfortable. She put flowers in her hair. She doesn't need to. She's by herself. There's nobody there to see or appreciate the effort that she's made in her appearance. But she hasn't done it for anybody else. And when we express who we are, when we express our light from within, we are doing it for ourselves. We're doing it because it makes us happy. It helps us tap into, look at this green, this heart chakra. It helps us tap into our wholeness, our love for self. How do we nurture ourselves? Because Aries, it's in the nurturing of self. It's in the nurturing of self that this Page of Swords becomes the Emperor through all the journey. And it's going to be a journey, Aries, because I think, well, a lot of us have been dimming our light. But not anymore. And this is going to maybe cause you to, you might go to work looking a bit different, or you might express yourself differently. You might talk about all those things that you love but you never talked about before because people might have thought you were weird, or they might not have understood. Your family might suddenly go, oh, who are you trying to impress? And it's like me. I'm just being me. And there's the sense that with this, the ties that bind also free. There's a sense that don't be afraid to show up as yourself in your current environment. Okay? Don't just be yourself when you're alone in your garden. Don't just be yourself around the people don't really care you know. And when I say don't really care, I mean they don't have an opinion. They just be like, oh yeah, you look great, or oh, I love, you know, they know maybe those aspects of yourself already, but they're not going to judge you maybe as some family members would, or they're not shocked by your changes or things like that. Maybe they're a bit out there themselves. But be you in all sectors of your life, even those that you think, oh, might not. It's not that they're not going to accept you. It's just that they might comment and it might make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. But there's a sense that as you maneuver that, you'll realize, okay, yes, the first time you show up and you talk about, maybe you talk about your spirituality, or you talk about what you want to do, and it's a bit of left center, or you show up, I don't know, like me, with your red lipstick, and people haven't seen you in red lipstick for years. They're going to be like, oh, what's up with you? But very quickly, it's like it becomes you. Because it is you, the initial, oh, what's happening with you, will very quickly subside, and there will be a very freeing sense to that. I'm seeing all this light coming out of this card. This is very much you shining your light. And I feel like your commitments are going to change, because your commitments to yourself are changing. And there's a sense that what is this balance? The balance is you showing up as you in the environments that you're already navigating. Not showing up and pushing yourself onto those environments, but just showing up just gently as you. There's going to be a bit of a balancing act and a feeling a little bit of discomfort here for you, Aries. A little bit of like, oh gosh, here we go. What are they going to say? That's okay. That's okay. Because you're navigating everything as the Page of Swords. You're navigating, you're trying things on for size. You know, I'll use my example because I already started using it, and I'm a sun sign Aries. But, you know, my red lipstick, it feels so me. In 6 months' time, will it still feel me? Maybe, maybe not. But for the moment, it brings me so much joy. It's a silly little thing. But that's what this is. You know, somebody might say putting flowers in your hair is a silly little thing. But is it? Is it, Aries? So those things that you might think, oh, that's a silly thing, what, I'm just being superficial, or I'm just being silly, like, why am I doing this? There's nobody here with me. It's not about anybody else, it's about you. It's all about you, Aries. And that's because you've got the Hierophant, the Queen of Wands, and the Magician. You are manifesting. You are coming to understand what you want to manifest based on who you are now, your beliefs, your values, and what fires you up. What are your passions now? Where is your purpose calling you? And your purpose, Aries, is to be you, unapologetically. This Queen of Wands is magnetic. She is a master manifester because she draws to her naturally what resonates with her, because she is authentic. She shows up as herself. And for some that might be too much. Those people then are not meant for her. And there's this sense of your higher self is calling you. I'm seeing this Hierophant as your higher self, Spirit, God, the universe. This reading, Aries, there's a lot of cards, but it's all about shining your light and figuring out who you are in every given moment, which means change. You got the Tower and the Moon together. Today you can't see what this Tower is. Next week there'll be another Tower. And little towers, these are just little towers, Aries. They're not going to be these big massive changes, though for some of you they might be, depending how much in alignment you've been living in, how prepared you are to show up authentically as you. Are you trying to manifest your dreams in the now, or are you still trying to access the dreams that you created many moons ago when you were not this person who you are now? And there's a sense here, Aries, really, how do you figure that out? You find your joy. What lights you up? What different aspects of you, because I'm seeing this not as people, though it can be, but first of all it starts with you and the different aspects of you with this Three of Cups want to shine through. Which ones have you been hiding? And then it spills out into your community, into your family, into your world when you share it with others. There's almost a sense here in this quiet contemplation with this Page of Swords. You need time to figure that out because it's changing, it's evolving, it's growing. You're going to try things. They might not stick. And I think that's what's going to cause this energy. You've got the Nine of Swords, the Tower, the Moon, and the Seven of Wands. You know, it's going to cause a little bit of angst. It's going to cause a little bit of defensiveness. Because it's almost like the ground underneath you keeps shifting. Just when you think, oh, yep, this is me. Oh, you know, you put a bit of yourself out there and it was scary. And you maybe felt a bit self-conscious, Aries. And you did it and you went, oh, this feels great. And then more comes through. A deeper aspect of you surfaces and wants to come out into the world. There's another part of you that wants celebrating, that wants to come out and celebrate itself. And so you go through this process again. How do I show up? Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm going to stick with how I've done it before. And then the Tower and the Moon come up. There's a lot of uncertainty here. There's a lot of just when you feel you know what you're doing, there's a new aspect of yourself that surfaces and goes, hi Aries, I'm going to come out. I want to be happy. I want to be shared with the world. There's another aspect of me that wants to be seen. Express your hidden feelings. Celebrate your light. Okay, the Moon, it's hidden. Okay, with the Moon there's hidden things, there's shadows. And every time you express yourself, there's another layer that will be ready to be expressed. And we go deeper and deeper and deeper. And thank you, Spirit. It's not that we go deeper and deeper and deeper. It's that as we allow the first wave of our authenticity to surface, the next wave is ready. And so the deeper layers, because some things we might express and think, oh yeah, I'm quite happy to show myself that way. We won't even think about it. You know, cutting my hair didn't have the same impact as me putting my lipstick on. It still felt like, oh, I feel me, I feel freer, I feel lighter. But I didn't feel like, you know, if people went, oh, you've cut all your hair off, I'd be like, oh yeah, I love it. You know, no big deal. The lipstick I felt like was a bit more out there for me. Like, and I thought, oh gosh, people are going to be like, why are you wearing red lipstick? You know, nobody said anything. They're like, oh, I like your lipstick. You know, so it was how I was building it up. And there's a sense here that, you know, there's different layers. Some things you will feel more nervous about sharing with others than other things. And we're all different. So all of you will be different in what you are being called to share and what you feel comfortable to share. But there's a sense that King of Wands, Queen of Cups, what you're putting out into the world is what fires you up, what is aligned with you, that passion and drive, your will. Aries, it's your fire. You know, it's not, we're not putting out the fire to just be cloaked in smoke. You know, we don't want it to smolder and then everything gets a bit smoky, a bit hazy, a bit this moon energy. No. Allow your flames to burn bright, meaning allow your light to shine. However you are into the world, the kings put things out into the world. And this Queen of Cups is saying those layers are going to be deep. You know, there's a lot of your truths that are going to come to the surface and come out. There's a lot of emotions. You know, maybe you've been more a king in this masculine energy. Now your feminine energy is going to start to surface. Maybe you've been more in a feminine energy, waiting for others to make choices, for others to voice their opinions. But now you're going to be tapping into this masculine energy a little bit more, where you're going to take decisive action for yourself. Okay, Aries is a masculine sign. You know, whether you're a male, you know, or a woman or a man, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't mean that we're all operating from our masculine side. Sometimes we do just take a step back and allow others to move. And I think for a lot of you, Aries, you've been allowing that in the past few years, just taking a bit of a back seat. And now it's like, no, you're in your driver's seat again. Not that you're going to be telling everybody what to do. It's not about anybody else, Aries. This is about you. You. Here you are as the Emperor. So it's not like you're going to become this dictator that tells everybody what to do. No, you are guiding your life. Other people can do what they will. They'll follow or they won't follow, and that's fine. Because you're building the foundation for your next 10, 20, 30 years. We're all on different journeys, but this is, you're setting things in stone. You know, that's this tower needs to come down. It's already come down for you, Aries. But there's still little hidden bits of this tower that have eluded you that are still going to crumble. There's, as you journey through this, every time you discover yourself anew, you are going to have a little towel moment, because you'd be like, oh, do you know what? Actually, that doesn't fit anymore. Yeah, I've held on to that dream, but I don't really actually want it. Because you're building something that requires you to make choices. Now, these choices can only be made when you go through the judgment, when you actually listen and you take in and you follow that higher self. You follow your guardian angel, which is your higher self, the universe, spirit, God. Follow that deep inner quiet voice that says, you know what? This space is no longer for you. There's a rising. I feel like with these chakras and everything like that, there's this sense of this rising energy. And this judgment card is, don't keep yourself small. Don't not shine your light. Yes, you'll tweak things as you go, but you're allowed to do that, Aries. You don't have to have it all figured out before you take action. And I think some of you over the last 3-4 years have become quite careful. You've realized that the just ramming into things, ramming into walls until we crack them and pull them down, doesn't work. You've realized that if you just pause and shift your attention, this hermit, go within, but pause. You'll notice that where you're trying to ram this wall down a couple of steps to your left or to your right, will actually, you find a door. You can just open the door and walk through it. But in that discovering, you've also realized that, okay, I don't really, my first instinct is to just run everything down, like to just go. So now that I know that I don't want to do that anymore, how do I do this? And Aries, that's about discovering you. This Emperor's ready for anything. He's ready for, battle. He's got his armor on. He's ready for counsel, to sit at the table of counsel and discuss things with others, get opinions, be open. And he's also very happy to be himself, to take on board what he has learned, his inner wisdom. And that's what you're learning to do, Aries. Navigate this world a little bit differently, in a very tangible sense, in a way that really changes how you receive information from others, how you receive things from others, and also how you put things out into the world. This Queen of Pentacles, I'm seeing her very much in your reading, Aries, as like this energy of, how can I be me in this world? What aspects of me do I put out there in order to attract what really fires me up, what's really aligned with me now, to help me make these choices that I need to make? Not that I'm overwhelmed with all these choices, this Seven of Cups, but in a sense that I can see immediately what is right for me and what isn't. Because it's very difficult to manifest if we're not in alignment and we're not grounded in this world. We can have all these ideas floating around in our head, Page of Swords. But the Page of Swords, if he doesn't figure out as he moves through the steps and becomes the king, if he doesn't figure out, if he just stays this page, he'll never be able to bring things into the reality, into this 3D world. And I love how this Hermit High Priestess is under the Tower and the Moon, 4 major arcana all together. Because it's telling me that your higher self, spirit, the universe, God is guiding you inward. The Hermit and the High Priestess is very inward focused energy. The High Priestess knows how to function in the world because she walks the line between the veils of the realms. She knows how to be in this reality because she knows that there's a whole other reality that lives within her. Now that might sound like a bit of mumbo jumbo, but as you start to dig in, you'll realize that what calls you, your innermost depth, is, once it becomes reflected out into the world, they're so aligned. But it does take quiet contemplation. It does mean, this energy here is very solemn. It's very reflective. The Tower is very destructive, but I'm not seeing it that way in your reading, Aries. I'm almost seeing this Tower as the wings of change. As you become clearer and clearer with what is you, who you are now. This is all reflective. And then the Tower is the action behind that reflection, meaning how the world changes around you as you become more you. Those hidden aspects of yourself, those deep aspects of yourself. And I think for some of you, this Tower is even on concepts or ways that you saw yourself. A month ago, I had no notion of red lipstick. It wasn't even on my radar. If somebody had said to me, oh, you're going to have a whole thing about red lipstick, I would have looked at them and went, that's really weird. But now I am. It's strange. I'm noticing it on people. I want to wear it all the time. And it's, to most people, it's silly. But it's this almost like this nothingness that actually means a lot. This nothingness, but as I dig deeper, reflects something about me. It calls something within me. A colour, a vibrancy, an energy. It's also, Aries, I'm sorry that I'm talking about me, but it's hopefully to help you realize how this is going to work for you. And I'm not saying that it's red lipstick, but it's something like, that you're going to look at and you're going to think, this is just so banal. This is so nothing. But it's this little spice that enables you to be you. It's a little something that causes you to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. It's something that changes you. It calls something in you. And it causes you to look at your world and go, okay, where else have I dimmed my light? Where else have I been waiting for the wrong shits to come in? This Three of Wands is very contemplating for me, very much with this Seven of Cups. It's really looking, Aries, as, does that sit with me anymore? This new me, this now me, because it's going to keep changing. What no longer works, but also as you begin to contemplate, you're going to see there's these additional things that you never saw before that surface. Things that you might have thought, like I said with my red lipstick, if somebody told me, oh, you're going to have this whole thing about red lipstick, I would have went, that's ridiculous. I would have been so closed off to the whole idea of it. I would have thought, it's got nothing to do with spiritual awakening. It's got nothing to do with my higher self journey. It's superficial. Who cares about lipstick? But it's had a profound effect on me. And people can judge that however they feel. You know, for some people, lipstick is really silly. For me, a month ago, it would have been really silly. And it's that kind of energy, Aries. It's not these big, massive, where it's going to be awe-inspiring for all these people around you. Lipstick is not awe-inspiring for the people around me. Having said that, thank you, Spirit. The people that know me, the people that have known me for a long time, will be like, wow, yep. Look at you. Not afraid to be seen. You know, because it comes down to a fear of being seen, a fear of being too much. Whatever it is for you, Aries, it's going to be more impactful for you than for others. And I feel that this really does guide you to the Page of Wands. So all the ideas, all the insights, all the downloads, this is your mind. Now becomes your will and your passion. So now you're looking at yourself, you're looking at life from a very passionate, very inspired, very energy aligned way. Still going to be changes, you're still a page. But this page can now see the Emperor. This page couldn't. Okay, so as the Page of Swords, you knew you were changing. You knew you had to put yourself out into the world in a different way. You had to be more authentic. You had to shine your light. And the journey is you learning to do that. And then when you get to this Page of Wands, you can see the you that is emerging. You're not there yet. This Emperor, interestingly, is a 4. You'll probably get there, Aries, in your solar return. So for some of you, that'll be end of March. For some of you, that'll be April. But that's when you truly become you. No more re-evaluating. The Emperor is all the kings. So from the page, you become all the kings, an embodiment of all the energies. And there's a certainty in the way you present yourself to the world. But it's balanced. Yes, you've climbed mountains. Gosh, you've climbed mountains. All the signs have. But you come back. And when I say you come back, it's not that you come back to a past version of yourself, but you come back to your authentic self. It'll change again with time and with life and depending how old you are. But this authentic self has longevity in it. It's going to hang around for a bit. There'll still be tweaks. There's always tweaks. But this really guides you forward, Aries, in a very, very meaningful way. In a very, very aligned way, because you've got these balance, your commitments and balance, you know, your family life. There's a sense that it's not going to be all about work. It's not going to be just all about family. It's just not going to be all about one thing. It's going to be all about everything. Right, let's have a look at a final message with your letting go. I'm taking that one, that one. Yeah, look at these, Aries. You do you. Rain, shine, sunshine, whatever, just be. There's this real sense in January of being you. Every moment of every day, what does that mean? There's no rushing. We couldn't know paradise if flowers refused to release their fragrance. Give your gifts freely. Aries, that's you. That's you being you. You are the gift. Because when we see ourselves as the gift for the world, then yes, what we do becomes an extension of us. So everything that we put out into the world is of service, whether it's helping people or it's beautifying our world or whatever it is. It's of value. You are willing and able and won't give in or stop hoping. Enjoy your journey to love. That's so true, and Aries, you're not going to stop. This journey you can't. And you might sometimes hesitate, which is a good thing with the Hermit and the High Priestess here. Reevaluate, but you are moving to a time of great love of self, and then that reflects into everything you do, Aries. Everything you do. Oh, Aries, big reading. I hope this helps you navigate the energies for January, though I feel that this continues. You know, we've got this timestamp here with the Emperor of your solar return, end of March, April. So take your time. It's a process. Sending you much love and light, beautiful souls. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.